causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. The final identifying qualification of the Roman power is given in the closing verse of Revelation chapter 13. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
There are two biblical definitions of blasphemy. The one is if you say that you are God, and the other one is if you say that you can forgive sins. Well, what does the Rome say? Here's the Catholic Encyclopedia, volume 12, article on the Pope. It says, this judicial authority will even include the power to pardon sin. Now let's read papal statements, Ferraris Ecclesiastical Dictionary. The Pope is of so great dignity and so exalted that he is not a mere man, but as it were God and the vicar of God. So there's a papal statement where the papacy claims to be God, just like the Roman emperor claimed to be God. So he says it himself. Pope Leo said, we hold upon this earth the place of God Almighty.
And so the Jesuits had this huge, tremendous financial power. They had revived Freemasonry in 1717, which was really the Knights Templars in 1717 through the Scotland, because remember the Templars took up residence in Scotland, and so we have Scottish Rite Freemasonry being created. And the high rites, the first 25 degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry were written in the College of Clermont in Paris, France, while the Jesuits were overseeing that, and the purpose for the Scottish Rite was to reintroduce the Stuarts back onto the throne of England, because the Stuarts had been expelled, they had been fighting, or they had been expelled in what, 1688, 1689. So the Jesuits revived Freemasonry for the purpose of expanding their temporal power. So by 1750 you have Masons in every court. You have the Jesuit confessors to all the kings.
Well, the origins were from the mind of a person by the name of Ignatius Loyola. Originally, it was intended as a counter-Reformation move. They wanted to destroy every aspect of the Reformation, the civilization and the culture that it spawned, the freedoms that were enjoyed by the Reformists, everything that was biblically based. They wanted to eradicate it and eventually papalize or Romanize everyone to come under the authority, ultimately, of the Vatican. The Jesuit oath of the fourth vow, which is the last vow that they take before they become commanders, like the leaders in that, they come right out and state exactly how they infiltrate any religious group they want. They'll come in pretending to be a Pentecostal, pretending to be a Baptist, pretending to be anything they want to, and ingratiating themselves into the various congregations, taking the leadership role, and then completely subverting it from the inside.
I now, in the presence of Almighty God and you, my ghostly Father, the Superior General of the Society of Jesus, founded by St. Ignatius Loyola, due by the womb of the Virgin, and the matrix of God, and the rod of Jesus Christ, declare and swear that His Holiness the Pope is Christ's Vice-Regent, and is the true and only head of the Catholic or Universal Church throughout the earth. Therefore, to the utmost of my power, I shall and will defend this doctrine and His Holiness' right and custom against all usurpers of the heretical or Protestant authority, and all adherents in regards that they be usurped and heretical, opposing the Sacred Mother, Church of Rome. I do further promise and declare that notwithstanding I am dispensed with to assume any religion heretical for the propagating of the Mother Church's interest, I do further promise and declare that I will have no opinion or will of my own, or any mental reservation whatsoever, even as a corpse, but will unhesitatingly obey each and every command that I may receive from my superiors in the militia of the Pope and of Jesus Christ. I furthermore promise and declare that I will wage relentless war, secretly or openly, against all heretics, Protestants and liberals, to extirpate and exterminate them from the face of the whole earth, and that I will hang, burn, waste, boil, and flay, and strangle and bury alive these infamous heretics, rip up the stomachs of the wombs of their women, and crush their infant heads against the walls, in order to annihilate forever their execrable race.
President Abraham Lincoln said of her involvement in the Civil War,
"The Civil War would never have been possible without the sinister influence of the Jesuits. We owe it to Popery that we now see our land reddened with the blood of our noblest sons. Through all their councils, theologians, and canon laws, their conscience orders them to burn my wife, strangle my children, and cut my throat when they find their opportunity. Sooner or later, the light of common sense will make it clear to everyone that no liberty of conscience can be granted to men who are sworn to obey a pope who pretends to have the right to put to death those who differ from him in religion.